Hey, Peace World, thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you like the way any of the talking points are being presented, any of the information is being discussed. Feel free to weigh in with your point of view. It would be greatly appreciated and respected, whether I disagree with it or not. You know, it's all about creating a conversation, an exchange of ideas and thoughts and whatnot versus just who's wrong or right. Had to come in and just salute, Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks winning this championship. I believe it took 51 years to win another one. It's one of the best stories that I've seen in the NBA recently. Maybe right alongside the one magical year that the Raptors had Kawhi Leonard. I think both of those are examples of showing the smaller market teams a way to, a formula for building a contender and for finally getting it done. Secondly, I'm gonna talk about like a 25-minute segment that I saw yesterday that I thought Sports Wiley and Emmanuel Acho wasted 30 minutes of airtime to question whether or not Giannis Antetokounmpo is a viable face of the NBA. I'll get to that in just a second. Finishing up on the finals. This is a very interesting team, man. The winningest franchise, I believe, over the last 3 seasons. Made some key moves with bringing in Holiday, adding PJ Tucker, signing Coach Bud after I think, things fell apart in his previous stop. But as weird as they play, as up and down as they are or can be, or as they exhibited, they could conceivably have just been finishing up a repeat as NBA final winners, or they could be 0-2. I've said this before. Last year, I think the bubble situation tripped them up. I think they were the best team in the league, even with Brogdon, out at the point. I think they were the best team in the league, and I think they would have had a great chance of winning last year until they got to the bubble. And I just think that home court advantage and all that energy and the support from the fans there in Milwaukee, it's hard to win a finals. It's hard to win a championship. And I just think that was the worst circumstances 360 for them to find themselves trying to do it in the bubble against somebody like a LeBron, that all the experience that he has in the finals and the way they were constructed last year, the Lakers, and the momentum that they were able to build. But the Bucks could have won that series, in my opinion, and could have just been playing, last night, finishing out a repeat. Or they could have gone 0 for 2, in all honesty, because they play so up and down. It's questionable. The Brooklyn Nets at full strength. I don't think this team doesn't score like that. I'll get into some of that in just a second. The Hawks, if Trae Young doesn't step on the referee's foot, like that's a crazy detail in itself right there. That's what derailed what the Atlanta Hawks were doing. A player stepping on a referee's foot way out at the 3-point line, I believe, is where it happened. But looking over at the Phoenix Suns, they just got too many players who would settle for whatever for the shot that they normally take in a regular season game. And if you look at the production, Cam Johnson, 3 points last night. Mikal Bridges, 7 points last night. Crowder didn't do a horrible job, but again, he only stands at the 3-point line and shoots threes. He had the one shot in the lane late that went in. Maybe it was a 3-point play. He might have knocked down the free throw. But Antetokounmpo played all over the court, stayed away from shooting the threes, and just played bully ball. He just took a page out of LeBron's basket. Why should I do anything? Defenses are going to be relieved if you take a jump shot. So never let them feel any relief. Keep pressing them. Going through here, Kaminsky can't jump with you. Aiden, is a different type of athlete. It says much when you have a Crowder guarding you. And some of the other guys, they rotated off of Giannis. Like, another big detail is the fact that Giannis wins 17-19 from the free throw line. Shout out to the 50 points, sixth most in a finals, in a finals series by an individual player. But he had 19 free throws to make that happen, made 17 of them. The entire Phoenix Suns team only attempted 19 free throws. Booker still got to figure out how to be that Kobe, that Kobe had, to be that Mamba mentality, to exhibit that in the key moments of a game. Paul didn't have a horrible game last night, 26, but you saw late when it mattered. That's the benefit of having a 6'8" and above player who can just do it all when it needs to be done. And Paul is not the most athletic guy. Doesn't finish in the lane a whole lot at 36 years old and 6 foot or whatever it is. It's just not possible. He came down and shot that late three. Like, let me try to have my moment to have an impact on, a lasting impact on the game. He missed the shot, and it was over for them. I think Booker got caught up in the refereeing, the way that the fouls were called. Again, with Antetokounmpo, this guy is pressing the line of scrimmage, in my opinion, playing downhill. He's long. He's getting shifted around and getting banged around. It's going to entice the referees to call something. And they were just a team that could score easier. There's nobody on the Suns that created easy opportunities for them to score. A lot of the jump shots I saw were hitting the front of the rim. The Suns, the others didn't travel well, clearly. I think the Bucks were just the better team. Man for man, they were the better team, played better together. And when you're asking guys, the Cam Johnsons, Mikal Bridges, they went away from the Craig Cat altogether. It just caught the moment just caught up to those guys. But a hell of a job from Coach Monty. Hell of a job to those guys to making it to the finals. I do think they would have had problems in the first round getting past, the Lakers with the Anthony Davis at 95%. That's the theme of this season is availability. This postseason, availability. Who knew that Antetokounmpo's could come back, could miss one game? I still have not looked at that injury. I just refuse to. I heard about it. I heard it in real time, and so on and so forth. What I was gonna say, going to the Speak for Yourself. Is that the show with Marcellus Wiley and Emmanuel Acho? Look, we talking about a guy, a Columbia graduate, I believe, and then Emmanuel Acho, what is he, University of Texas or something? I mean, going places in the world of broadcasting and content. He's the go-get guy. He's doing his thing. You can't beat, who can compete with that level of conversation and all of that, okay? But they spent 25, 30 minutes yesterday questioning whether or not Giannis Antetokounmpo can be the face of the NBA. There's this joke that my man Cat Williams had where he was talking about, America is the shit. Is the shit. And he kept reiterating, kept stating that in the bit. And I think America is the shit. But it's changed on why. It's not that we're the shit. America as the place for whatever to happen, being able to happen is the shit. And it's been going on for decades where these international players and international athletes have been having success. And I think Giannis's whole story right now, if we look at what's going on with the outspoken, the social justice stuff, some of the reactions to the attitudes of American-born players, um, I think Giannis is an easy story. Is an athlete that people can get behind. He doesn't say nothing. He did have a situation when the cat was shot in the back, Jacob Taylor or whatever, in Milwaukee, I believe. But he didn't even say too much. He said the right amount of the right amount of stuff, or he let the others talk, or it was the team message. And I think with him deciding to stay there in Milwaukee, the way the effort that you saw him put forward, I think it sells. I think it's likable. And yeah, I don't care if his name has 5 or 6 syllables in it. Who can't say Antetokounmpo at this point in time? Or you just call him the Freak or the Greek Freak. But you saw they got into the sales pitch last night as the game was being decided. Rehashing everything, the last 6 or 7 years, the MVPs, the Defensive Player of the Year, and all of that, and his commitment to the team, the tweet from back in 2014 or whatever. Look, the dude is genuine, and maybe it's Greek genuine and whatnot, but he keeps the main thing. He naturally keeps the main thing the main thing. He's a hard-nosed, a lunch pail type player getting it done. And now he has the ultimate receipt of that commitment and that effort. And, he held the team's feet to the fire enough, to get his max deal and then to still put pressure on them to put the right pieces around. They got it done, and salute to them. So, can he be the face of the team to spend 30 minutes from Acho and Marcellus Wiley? They had to dig deep to stretch that shit out because it's a no-brainer. And like I said, right now with all of the American-born elite NBA guys getting older, these guys are 32, 33 years old now. We got some newcomers on the way with Trae Young, Booker maybe. It's just the right time for a Giannis type to move in and people to gravitate towards him. So I'm sure the commercials will come now, or more commercials, and of course he can be the face of the NBA. And I think you have all these Rust Belt cities, these flyover states, the people that haven't been important. I think a lot of the talent is dispersed where it's some parity right now. Everybody is kind of right there. They just need to avoid injuries. You saw in Denver with Jamal Murray. It's I think the NBA is in a healthy space with this product. And it's some of the old guys, this most recent guard, as those guys continue to move on and move out, it's a lot of opportunity for these young players, to come in here and decide what the next phase of the NBA is, what's going to define it, what the level of competition is going to be. And maybe we get away from the super team thing and the, players being in 4 or 5 locations. Maybe we get away from that. So that's it, man. Pay me no mind. Sports and entertainment. My name is Will. Hey, you don't have to be great to start. Shout out to the Greek Freak. You have to start to be great. I'm out. Peace.